CrowDogs' final day? The day probably started like many others this hot summer. The roost began to come alive as the first light broke beyond Mount Hood. CrowDog's voice had a little bit of bark to it, making it easier to pick him out of the large murder of crows that held the territory around Mount Tabor. A second-year adult now, he's energetic but not paired with a mate away guarding a nest. Next year, today, the crows would pass over neighborhoods, parking lots, fields, and other likely food sources later this year while heading towards the orchards and crops in the Columbia Gorge. A bit of a show-off, CrowDog dove over the great horned owl nest before veering off in time to escape talons that could crush him. Another close call avoided, but his maneuver brought him too close to a Douglas fir limb and a crash that took him spiraling to the grass below. The other crows mobbed the owl and dropped down to find CrowDog stunned and unable to move. After a few hours, the last of the crows left. CrowDog was all alone, huddled in a clump of grass at the edge of a tennis court. The shade there kept him cool, but the need for water soon brought him out to find a puddle below a drinking fountain, till he heard the sound of dogs barking that chased him back to cover. His left wing could only drag on the ground as he took tentative hops into the opening. Nearby, he heard the calls of other crows returning to roost as the sun was setting and the air remained warm. No flight home or even reaching the lowest limbs in the Tabor forest today. A hiker passed nearby, heading down, and paused to wonder why a single crow was quietly watching him this late from a small hill. The hiker paused for a closer look, got out his phone, as the crow slowly walked a footpath angling away. Moving slowly, the hiker could see why now. This crow wasn't going to fly anywhere soon, if ever. As a biologist, he knew there was no chance of capturing the crow for a trip to the Portland Audubon's Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. If the crow got there and there were no other major injuries, they would be able to stabilize the broken bones and perhaps provide a safe enclosure with food and water and a chance to educate others. That wasn't an option with this crow, though, which could still move well and would likely be further injured in a chase. The hiker watched the crow head towards the forest, away from trails as its instinct guided. One faint caw came from CrowDog as he disappeared into the cover. Perhaps tomorrow other crows will be back to check on him? The hiker would certainly return then to look for the crow and any chance to help. Unlikely, though. That night, an owl was heard hooting somewhere off on Mount Tabor in the area where CrowDog was last seen. That was the last sighting, too.